For roughly 10,000 years, human civilization operated on a single, fragile premise: working the dirt. Before the 18th century, 80 to 90% of the global population worked in agriculture, dedicating their entire lives just to growing enough food to survive. This chart shows economic historian Angus Madison's estimates for world GDP per capita. From 1 AD all the way to 1820, average global income barely ticked upward, remaining trapped below $700. For nearly 2 millennia, the average human standard of living essentially flatlined. This diagram illustrates exactly why that flatline existed, a concept known as the Malthusian Trap. Anytime better farming techniques led to higher food production, it didn't create lasting wealth. It only led to population growth. More people meant more workers, and wages were driven right back down to mere subsistence levels. Technological progress operated as a zero-sum game. Any surplus calories pulled from the earth were quickly consumed by a larger generation of mouths to feed, locking humanity in a permanent state of economic stagnation. Think of human progress during this time as a massive, rusted iron flywheel. For centuries, generation after generation pushed against it, barely managing a single rotation. And then it suddenly caught momentum. In the late 18th century, that 10,000-year economic flatline suddenly snapped upward. Average income broke through the subsistence ceiling and never looked back. Britain accidentally assembled an incredibly specific, self-sustaining economic engine that proved far more powerful than any single invention. This table outlines the unique cocktail of advantages Britain possessed all at once. They had an agricultural revolution creating the food surplus, strong political institutions protecting property rights, and massive, easily accessible reserves of coal and iron. While other nations held one or two of these assets, Britain possessed the complete set, providing the exact fuel required to spark an entirely new operating system for human production. This comparison shows the shift away from the domestic cottage industry. Before this era, merchants dropped off raw materials at individual homes, relying on the slow, inconsistent output of families using hand tools. The factory system pulled hundreds of workers under a single roof to standardize production. This table breaks down the economic logic of dividing labor. Instead of one artisan building a product from start to finish, the manufacturing process was sliced into tiny, repetitive steps. Workers could master one specific motion, drastically speeding up production and driving down average costs. Factory owners quickly realized they could hand these repetitive motions over to machines. The textile industry led the charge, using innovations like the spinning jenny and power loom to multiply a single worker's output by orders of magnitude. To run these heavy steel frames continuously, human and animal muscle was no longer enough. The introduction of the steam engine meant factories could decouple from water wheels and burn coal to generate massive, uninterrupted mechanical power anywhere they wanted. Bringing specialized labor, heavy machinery, and limitless steam power into one location shifted human output from craftsmanship to mass production. This flowchart illustrates the core engine of industrialization. It starts with a technological innovation that immediately raises productivity per worker. Because you're making things faster, it becomes cheaper to produce each unit. Factory owners can then drop the selling price of their goods and still make a margin. Radically cheaper clothing and tools triggered a surge in consumer demand from people who could never afford them before, forcing the factory to ramp up production just to keep pace. This massive, unprecedented volume of sales generates massive profits. Instead of hoarding that wealth, capitalists reinvested it into building better facilities and designing faster machines. That investment feeds right back to the top of the chain, creating a self-reinforcing loop of continuous economic expansion. Once this feedback loop started spinning, the rules of human history broke. For the first time ever, economic output was growing faster than the population, permanently escaping the Malthusian trap. This table shows how deeply the factory system restructured society. Over a few generations, the labor force drained out of agriculture and poured into the secondary and tertiary sectors to chase higher manufacturing wages. This diagram maps out the resulting chain reaction. The concentration of industrial jobs forced a mass migration from villages into cities. Places like Manchester and Birmingham exploded in size almost overnight, creating chaotic, overcrowded urban centers. Feeding this engine came at a brutal human cost. Early factory owners demanded 12 to 16-hour workdays and heavily exploited child labor, forcing children to navigate highly dangerous, unshielded machinery just to keep the output flowing. While total economic output soared, the wealth gap spiked wildly as factory owners accumulated the initial profits. Economist Simon Kuznets observed that this inequality only gradually declined decades later once labor unions formed and governments expanded public education. The system didn't just change production, it rewired where humans lived and how wealth was divided. To keep the loop spinning, factories required a relentless, growing intake of raw materials. This insatiable hunger for cotton, rubber, and iron ore accelerated global trade networks and heavily incentivized European powers to aggressively expand their colonial empires. Over the next century, the exact same economic logic was applied to new technologies. The age of coal and steam evolved into a second wave, driven by electricity, steel production, and endless rows of workers on mechanized assembly lines. Later, mechanical gears were swapped out for silicon chips, bringing about a third revolution of computing, and eventually a fourth wave defined by artificial intelligence and automated robotics. Industrialization installed a permanent operating system that continues to engineer the modern world today.